Hi guys, it's Mimi. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about the term goals. Something that's very common in our current generation is looking at what other people have and saying, goals. Oh my God, goals. I want that so much. Goals. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's very common today for us to look at other people and just kind of drool over what they have and wishing we had it. And I'm not talking about anybody but myself first, because I've been there. I've done that, and I realized how unhealthy it was. I was, and sometimes still am, the person who scrolls through social media or watches people's vlogs and kind of fantasizes about having a different life or having some of the things that other people have, or you know, people see other people in relationships and they're like, man, I wish I had that. And it's just honestly really unhealthy. If you find yourself always comparing your life to other people's, or always wishing for someone else's life or what someone else has, it's like not good for your psyche. Eventually, you're going to start feeling bad about yourself in some ways. Some people can look at what other people have and just appreciate it for what it is, but there are a lot of people who start feeling down because they don't have what other people have, or they're maybe have less money and unable to get what other people have. And I just think we gotta stop doing this to ourselves. I definitely did it. Alhamdulillah, me and my husband have reached a point of stability in our lives right now, and may Allah continue to give us that, ameen. But before having that stability, when I tell you that I would scroll through social media and see things and just like feel really bad about my situation and wishing I had other things, it was just like really bad for me. It's so damaging. And to think that we live in such a visual time where we take everything for face value, like we take everything for exactly what it looks like instead of what it is or could be. It's not good, you guys. It's not good, and we really have to stop and think. One thing about seeing other people having something that you want, and what I do personally, is I say mashallah. Like mashallah, they have that. Mashallah, they're blessed in that way, because sometimes we're blessed in one way that somebody else isn't, and vice versa. So it's so important to appreciate what you yourself have, what blessings you yourself have, and look at the good in your situation, because you can have something that's so much more valuable from the heart, I guess you could say, than someone else can have that's monetary or bought with money. You know what I mean? And we can't sit here scrolling through Instagram. If it's honestly, if it's that bad, if you're looking at everybody else's life and wishing you had what they had, sometimes you have to like kind of censor yourself. Find people who live according to the same means you do sometimes, or at least even it out, because always seeing what you don't have and what you want, if you're not the type of person to take that as a motivation to go harder, then you need to kind of filter and unfollow some people, whatever you have to do to make yourself feel better, to get to a point where your self-esteem is pretty much higher and you're more secure in the idea of, I'm at this place right now and that's okay. Whatever you need to do to settle your heart, because I realized that after a while I was feeling unsettled seeing people with things that I wanted and could not reach at that time. And then I had to realize also that sometimes you can get what you see. A lot of the time the things that people have, it's just something you see and it's not as good as it looks when it's in real life. Or sometimes those people worked really hard for a long time to get to where they got to. I decided when I was kind of realizing that I was feeling that way, I did go through and clear my social media of a lot of things that were making me feel that way. I kind of started following people who were living a little more like myself, and not so much these elaborate lifestyles, all the freaking name brand shopping and stuff like that. I was starting to care about things I didn't even care about in the first place, like name brand and being able to buy stuff that I don't even need. Like, it's crazy how you can almost get brainwashed by social media to want things that it doesn't even make sense to want sometimes. I mean, it's okay if you want like a name brand bag or whatever, but if you want it, honey, you gotta get out there and work for it, because it's possible. Everything that you see usually that somebody else has, if you really want it that bad, it is possible. And I didn't really think like that before. I just thought they have it and I can never have it, and that is what it is. But honestly, that's not true. I'm gonna just tell a quick story to wrap up this video. I was seeing like so many people traveling the world, and I was seeing people going to these beautiful places, experiencing these beautiful things that I just would watch and wish I could go and wish I could be there. And then I realized sometimes you have to stop wishing. And so I stopped wishing and I started working. I worked and I saved and I saved and I saved. My husband saved, and each month we would put away a portion of our money just to save up for this trip, because we hadn't had a honeymoon. Our 5-year anniversary was really important to us, and it hasn't happened yet, but we went ahead and had that trip to Indonesia for our 5-year. And it was just almost surreal being able to do that, because it was like I was wasting so much time looking at what other people had when I could have been working to what I wanted. And when I finally got it, it was almost like a life lesson that whatever you want, there's a way to get it. We put in work, we saved like crazy. We took advantage of the time that we have now in our youth to do what we wanted to do. And that's just one example, one minuscule example, because to really live life, and I didn't realize it until after I finally got to do what I wanted to do, to really live life doesn't mean to go on these crazy trips and have like a huge house and a brand new car. Like, me and my husband buy used cars. Like, it's not that serious. There are more important things to life than going on a huge vacation every year or multiple times a year, being able to travel the world. Inshallah, one day I'll be able to go on another trip after I can save enough money to do so, but I'm gonna have to work for it if I want to do that. He's gonna have to work for it. Whatever we want to buy a house, we're gonna have to keep working for it and putting in money. We used to, I feel like, I can't really speak for my husband, but I feel like I used to look at other people who had bought their own house and stuff like that, and I'm just like, man, I really want to buy my own house. Like, I want to own my own house. And I was almost like, why isn't this happening for me? But really, truly, what are you doing to make it happen for you? You know what I mean? What steps are you taking to get what you want in life? And this is really meant to be like a motivational moment, because I feel like I needed somebody to like say this to me. So for those of you who need to hear this, go for it. And I think that's why I'm trying to write my book right now instead of going to school, because sometimes you just have to go for it. You have to go for it and see if you fail, and if you fail, you either try again or try something else. Like, I don't know, my whole mindset has changed. Going on that trip also changed me. A lot of things have made me just kind of reevaluate how I am trying to live my life, I guess you could say. You just have to motivate yourself and take things out of your vision, out of your life that don't bring positivity or good thoughts to your mind. If something is making you feel bad, get rid of it. Toss it, unfollow it, throw it away, break up with it. Whatever you need to do to get that negativity out of your life, just do it. Don't feel bad about it either. Positivity is life, okay? Live your life in good faith. Work for it, pray for it, and if it's that much of an issue, just get it out of your life. Get it out of your path. Don't let anything block you from what you're trying to do. And that is my motivational minute for the week. Not really minute, more like 10 minutes, but whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Assalamu alaikum and peace out.